Hello, and welcome to another episode of LTN Pulse, a podcast where we have conversations with members of Love Thy Nerd staff, missionaries, high-level volunteers, all to dig into and discover what we are all reading, watching, playing, and experiencing in nerd culture. LTN Pulse is a part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network. I'm your host, Michael. I'm a podcast producer and Twitch streamer. As always, I'm joined by Love Thy Nerd's Director of Missions, Luke. Luke, why don't you kick us off by telling our listeners what we're going to be doing today on this season finale episode of Love or LTN Pulse?
Yes, hello and welcome. We're trying something new. We are, like you said, this is our season finale. We made it to the end, and we got summer break right around the corner. We've got a ton of movie releases and game releases and all sorts of stuff going on. Life events. We'll dive into that. But we polled our community, basically, the Love Thy Nerd community. We hopped on Facebook. We hopped on Discord. There were a couple weeks where we're like, hey, let us know what you guys are all up to. Because we can't, we want to have guests on the podcast, right? That's our thing. But we can't have the entire LTN community on at once. That would be insane. Maybe we could try it. I don't know.
One giant
well, that actually takes me back. Okay, here we go. Already with the tangents in true Pulse fashion. It just takes me back to when we did we had like a community day where it was when Fall Guys was like all the hotness, all the rage. And we did a like community showdown with 10 different communities because you could play like 100 people in a game. And so we got 10 different communities that all got 10 members of their communities to like compete in some Fall Guys. And so we had like 100 people almost because we didn't fill it out because some people had to drop out. But we had basically 100 people in one Discord call at one point, and it was chaos. But it like, guys, go to the YouTubes, look up like LTN Community Showdown Fall Guys, and you'll find it. But like somebody made a video of it, like took all the clips from because like communities were streaming all sorts of stuff. But like you see everyone just pile in one video call, like one voice channel in the Discord, and it was just massive, and it was great. So go check that out.
I love it.
Maybe we'll try that on the Pulse. I don't know. What was I talking about? So yeah, we pulled our community. We were just asking people what they are reading, watching, playing right now, and what they plan to during the summer. Like if something's coming out, and like just we wanted recommendations because we're about to go on summer break, and I have a child on the way, like a month from now, which is insane. Less than a month. Oh, I'm terrified and excited and all of that rolled into one. But I am going to be holding a small child and a Nintendo Switch, most likely, playing stuff and watching stuff. So we wanted your recommendations to see what we should do this summer. So we're going to go through that. Sound like a plan?
I love it.
I'm asking you, not like I don't get a response from YouTube or wherever you're listening to this. So, but yeah, let's just dive right into it. Into what our community's been up to. So if this ends up being a great episode, you guys tell us in the comments. We could do this again for sure. Maybe when we come back, or maybe it's a ritual we do for our season finale. But let's kick things off with Discord. We have a lot of people in Discord, and we will start with HD Simplicity, aka Matthew, from our Discord. Matthew says, continuing to play through the Mass Effect trilogy for the first time. I gotta be honest, I've never played Mass Effect. I did download it at one point because I'm like, dude, everyone loves this. I should play through it. It's probably still on my PC. But I haven't played it. So I may have to play it. It'd be great for children. Brand new children. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm curious about like playing through the Mass Effect trilogy in the year of our Lord 2025, and not that they were ever bad. Like they are the trilogy is so good.
Mhm.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But like, how does a game like that was, that released 15 years ago or more, like how does it stand up? Like the battle systems, all that kind of deal. The story
Yeah.
is great. I like that they have clear paths, like dialogue paths of like,
Yeah.
this is the good guy thing to say,
Yeah.
this the jerk thing to say.
Yeah.
Makes decision making in
Yeah.
that respect just easier. But man, I can't recommend them enough. They are
Yeah.
phenomenal.
So many people recommend them. It seems like right up my alley because I'm a space guy before I'm a fantasy guy. So maybe. Do they have it on Switch? Probably not. I don't know.
They do.
I'll do some research. But he's also dabbling in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle again, which I also haven't played. But he says again, so it's got to be good. If he's already playing it again, I've heard good things about that game. Have you played it?
I haven't. It's on Game Pass, so
Yeah.
it's an easy entree for anybody who's Game Passing. But didn't it just pretty recently launch on PS5 as well? So the options are expanding for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have like I've heard good things about it. I don't know why it doesn't like grab me, and there are a handful of other things that are coming around or are out that have like really gripped my full gaming attention, which we, like you said, we'll get to later. But like, I'm glad to see people are liking the Indiana Jones game because, yeah, I've heard good things about it, and
Yeah.
the recommendations seem to keep on rolling in.
Yeah. I might have to see it. Or check it out. Also throwing in a few matches of Fortnite, PUBG, or Halo multiplayer, dude.
As you do.
I started the new season of Fortnite, the Star Wars season. I may be just grinding that battle pass for a little bit, like on the Switch specifically, just not taking it too seriously, just doing some quests and stuff. I might have to do that because like
Jar Jar.
is that out now? Like I played it before Darth Jar Jar was a thing. Do you buy him or is it you earn him?
I could have sworn that when I logged in like last week or the week before, it was like a something you could buy. You could buy the Darth Jar Jar
then
skin.
Probably not.
And I saw something on Reddit that like you could earn, like it's part of the battle pass kind of, or even that you have to reach a certain level before you can buy.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's available. So if you got the extra V-Bucks laying around,
I have enough V-Bucks to get the battle pass. And then I'll have enough V-Bucks to get the next battle pass. So we'll see. I don't know. I gotta dive back into it. But yeah, always fun. Reading, he's almost finished with Morningstar. Maybe by the time this airs, he's done with Morningstar by Pierce Brown. I had to Google some of these because if you're an avid listener of this podcast, we don't read much. We try to.
We're bad at reading.
But I it's probably good. If it's good enough for HD simplicity, I'm sure it's great. And then he mentioned most likely reading Pilgrim's Progress next, which I have not read since, I don't know, middle school.
Really? I think I read a good chunk of it in college. I remember little to nothing about it.
Yeah.
But it's, that's C.S. Lewis, right?
No.
Pilgrim's
Progress? Hold on.
This is going to be a lot of us Googling stuff.
Yep, Googling. Hold on. There's a film.
John Bunyan.
Yes, correct.
It's written in 1678.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So Lewis did Pilgrim's Regress in 1933.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. There you have it. Learn something.
I've read Pilgrim's Regress. I haven't read Pilgrim's Progress.
Okay. Dude, Pilgrim's Progress, man. Get on it. I have read it. Yeah. All right, who else we got?
We got JD on Discord. JD is playing through Morrowind. Nice. Getting back to, speaking of getting back to the old school,
Yeah.
playing Morrowind. That's one from the Elder Scrolls series that I got on to the Elder Scrolls like train at Skyrim, which despite being the latest release was also like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Morrowind and Skyrim,
Oblivion.
Those came out ages ago.
Yeah. A lot of the OGs, they came in on with Morrowind. And
the first time I played Skyrim, we rented it from a Redbox when Redbox was like new.
Yes. Awesome.
Yep.
From what I understand about Morrowind, there's like no hand holding, like no map markers or nothing. It's like it's a lot of like just old school RPG.
Throws you in the deep end,
figuring stuff out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And from what I've seen, I haven't played it, but like everyone, like I've seen videos of it now and people talking about it, and they're like, everyone's super stoked because it's like they, there's some exploits and some bugs that they like kept in it intentionally. Like the game, you're
talking about bugs that Oblivion.
Or is Oblivion the new one that they remastered?
Oblivion
I thought it was Morrowind.
Remastered.
Oh, so JD is throwing it back with Morrowind. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think there's the PC port is like is good and stable, that kind of thing. Like you don't have to dig up an OG Xbox for it. In fact, you probably should, because it ran very poorly on OG Xbox.
Okay, I was getting Morrowind and Oblivion mixed up then. That's my bad. My bad, chat.
Yeah. JD has also been watching the original Dragon Ball series, which is fantastic. I love that.
Did you watch it?
I have seen a decent chunk of it back when it came on the afternoon version of Toonami. Like when when it showed in like in the afternoons kind of deal. I feel like they did a run of Dragon Ball, and I watched a good bit of it then. And what I appreciate about that series is like you don't have the crazy power spikes stuff. I mean, it is very cheesy because it's like what 80s anime, I guess.
Yeah.
But you don't have people who are able to destroy planets in like a single attack. It's like just it's mostly like super fast martial arts and a flying cloud. And I think people forget Goku had a staff weapon for a while, and it was the power pole or something like that. It was like a staff that could extend and retract and change shape a little bit, and like he used that as a weapon for a while. Unless I'm like hallucinating something crazy, but I'm
you know more than I do.
That was an element of it.
And the extent of my anime goes from Death Note to One Punch Man to Dr. Stone.
Yeah. It's a very different Dragon Ball than what exists today. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I like it. I'd say maybe I'll check it out, but I probably won't. But I appreciate those of you who are watching it.
Yeah.
Maybe those listening will take inspiration from this and be like, man, I should start that up.
We've got a lot of different things in this list from the community. So there's a lot of inspiration to pull from.
Yeah.
Who we got next, Luke?
Silver, aka Tyranny, who we've had as a guest, talking about tabletop RPGs and all sorts of fun stuff. She's been here we go. She's been diving into Oblivion, so makes sense. It's new. It's rejuvenated. And like I was saying, I like seeing they're like, oh, there's this like infinite money glitch in it still, and it's like, okay, that's fun. I'm glad they kept stuff like that in it, but like also cleaning up the like stuff that didn't make it fun. So it's just like, if you know, you know. Because I remember when Halo 2, Halo 2, when that was remastered, they took out, like in all the multiplayer and stuff, they took out all the like super jumps. That was like, that's so sad. Like that was like one of the fun things to do in multiplayer is like, I'm going to super jump up to the top of the map, like glitch out and just like rain down rockets on you. And the fact that they keep old, exploits in it, it's just fun and nostalgic.
Yeah.
But she also says she needs to start Expedition 33, which you mentioned on our last episode, I think. And I since then looked it up and it looks incredible. It's something probably out of my wheelhouse, but if you ever decide, have you streamed it at all? Or you're
I
just playing
haven't.
it?
I've thought about streaming. Well, I'm in a weird spot because I'm in-game content, like
Oh yeah, so
like I have, or like post-game content.
sure.
So
Yeah.
like I
It looks
can dig into this more during
yeah,
when I'm talking about my stuff, but like I
we'll
don't
get
want
to it.
to spoil
Yeah,
anything or
for sure.
anybody. That's and I didn't stream it for that reason, and I didn't want anybody to come into stream and be like, hey, do you know this happens, and have something
Yeah,
spoiled for
true.
me. So I was on like lockdown
Yeah.
for a while with it. Um
Yeah,
it-
I may watch like someone playing it on YouTube or find someone streaming it cuz like it looks interesting. It's like one of those games though, like it in the same vein of like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, of like the kind of like dark fantasy a little
it's
bit.
it has a lot more brighter points than you probably think, which is interesting. Some
I don't know,
unexpected stuff
maybe.
that I didn't think would be in the game.
It'd be worth a shot. Like I can play
Certainly.
it on Game Pass. Like
Yes, and it's
perhaps I'll just give it a try. But like it's turn-based ish,
mhm.
and I
Yes,
love turn-based strategy. Like
yeah, turn-based with quick time kind of reaction stuff. So when you do skills, you'll press A or X or whatever,
yeah,
you time it out to make the
to like
maximum
counter
effect
or
of it.
like yeah,
And then there's dodging and parrying.
it looks really
Um,
good.
it's
I'm
it
just
is
yeah,
it's game of the year.
yeah.
Without I'll go into it more later, but holy
Yeah,
crud,
we'll talk about it later.
game of
Well,
the year.
there's
Yeah,
plenty more podcasts to
Tyranny,
come. We got to get
play
through
it.
these. Yeah. Tyranny, if you're not already playing it by the time this releases, start it now. And I'll let you guys know if I start it. Other big thing this summer, Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy cards release soon, which I've
Woo!
seen the price tag on those things, and that is just insane. So best of luck to you securing those cards.
Securing the loan
And
to buy the cards.
it is, yeah, it looks. I do like that Magic the Gathering is doing these like crossovers with all sorts of stuff. I thought I was going to really get into the Marvel stuff, and I just like, I can't remember what I was doing at the time. I was preoccupied probably with a mission trip, and it just like flew by. So, Magic, they're doing some cool things. So, best of luck
Yeah.
to you there. Switch 2, she mentions she's picking one of those up. I didn't
Woo!
pre-order it. I am preoccupied with paying for a nursery. I do, Asia and I do plan on probably like splitting a Switch 2, like taking our OG Switches and trading those in for a couple bucks to put towards a Switch 2.
Combining your OG switches together to form a
Yeah,
Switch
just
2.
Switch 1 plus Switch 1 equals Switch 2. So we're just gonna
Math
duct
works.
tape them together. Yeah. But dude, it looks good, man. And like the bigger
Mm,
screen and the like it fits in your hands better, and the magnets and the like all of the like hardware just looks incredible. The ability to play, like they're saying, like Red Dead 2 and Elden Ring and all this stuff looks great on it. And I'm like, that's so
yep.
cool. Like, good on
Cyberpunk
you.
runs on it, which is wild.
Does Cyberpunk run on anything these days?
I think
Sorry,
these
jab.
days it runs. Yeah. Oh no, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
I think they've patched it really efficiently, which is kind of the CD
Yeah,
Project way.
yeah,
Like even Witcher 3 was
yeah.
a mess with it. released and now runs great. So for Switch 2, it's Nintendo. You know they're going to do it right. You know they're going to do it good. So best of luck to you for getting one. If you've already locked in a pre-order, then dope.
I will say one of the things I am bummed I'm missing out on is the GameCube player it is only for the Switch 2.
Huh.
I just I Googled it before this just to see. And it's for sure it just says only works on the Switch 2. And I'm like, what the heck? That's kind of lame. But I kind of understand, they want to push people to that. It's releasing with the Switch 2, but the only game I really want to play on it is Wind Waker.
I mean, or you could just call it, dude, you live so close to Matt. Just swing over to his GameCube and copy of Wind Waker.
Yeah, I should. But yeah. Who else we got?
Real quick, I'm just gonna say this as a promo, but Silver is doing the monthly D&D day event at the tavern. She oversees 3 tables, which is amazing. Y'all get plugged in.
Cool.
If you're ever interested in checking out D&D or want to get your dip your toes in it, join the Love Thy Nerd Discord, swing around there and check out what they've got going on for the D&D groups. It's an awesome way to figure out if you like D&D, and if you do like D&D, a great place to plug in. So
and I didn't mean to breeze over that.
No,
we talked about on the last episode. So if you want more information about the stuff that she's doing, go listen to our last episode.
Yeah.
Quick plug for us too.
Yeah. Next up, we got Zafira, aka Andrea, talking about books. She's going to start reading the Earth's Children series.
I had to Google that too.
Okay. Yep.
What I gathered, it takes place 30,000 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, historical fiction novels. So if you're into historical fiction,
prehistorical fiction, even
prehistorical,
like 30,000 years ago.
Yeah. So I guess prehistoric. I don't know. Time is weird.
Sounds cool. Music.
30,000 years before the present day. Yeah. So
okay. We've got new Sleep Token. Let's see here. The album.
It's the first I've heard. Yeah.
Why do I know about Sleep Token?
Why? Yeah. Why do you know about Sleep Token?
I don't know.
You should know about Sleep Token.
They're a very hard rock band. According to NPR 3 days ago, Sleep Token is the second hard rock band to hit #1 in 3 weeks. So apparently their new stuff blowing up.
Yeah. So I feel like
they're a metal band. Okay,
yeah. Somebody recommended me Sleep Token recently, and then I'm like telling people have you heard of Sleep Token? And they're like, yeah, of course. And I just felt like an idiot. But I am also a recent fan of Sleep Token, so I didn't know they had new stuff. So
even in Arcadia is the latest release. Oh yeah, 2025. Well, okay, so it came out in February, but still.
Yeah, it's still new.
Oh, no, wait.
We'll introduce my kid to it next month. She's going to come out and we're just going to play Sleep Token for her.
So I don't know if the album's out. They've released a handful of singles. Just quick clarification for it. But yeah, listen to Sleep Token, I guess. I'm going to listen to Sleep Token after this. Let's see here. New Cure. There's a new Cure album coming out next month. Interesting. I didn't know they were still. I knew they were touring. I didn't realize that the Cure.
Or is that a Sleep Token song?
No, it's. I think it means. I know the Cure is touring. Do we have new music from them? I guess. Oh yeah, Mixes of a Lost World.
See, this is something we're thrown off because we've never really asked people what they're listening to, but I love that you've told us that what you're listening to. This is great. Maybe we got to add that to our questionnaire.
Yes,
when we have guests on.
Oh wait, sorry, I missed New Fallujah, their whole library. Okay, maybe catching up on or just digging into that music and. Zafir is also kind of excited for new Dexter things.
Like
Kinda
Dexter, as in
the
the
TV show
serial
Dexter.
killer?
Yeah. This is the
I didn't know
episode
there was new Dexter things.
where Luke and Michael are just Googling the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to our Googling podcast.
Oh, Dexter Resurrection. Okay. It's a spinoff? I don't know.
Dexter.
There's a whole lot going on.
All the new stuff. I haven't even watched Dexter, so maybe that's something.
I know the first few seasons are great. I've watched the first few seasons up through the John Lithgow season. And then
I know plenty of people that watch it. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Let's keep the train rolling. We're switching over to changing gears over to Facebook.
Facebook. That is where half of our community exists. So yeah, Facebook. Let's start with someone we love dearly, Radio Matt. Radio Matt just started reading the Green Ember book series with his kids. Rabbits with Swords. That's his description.
Sold.
So far, it's amazing.
All you gotta tell me.
They have a new book video game on Kickstarter that gives me Tunic vibes, bro.
Bruh.
Rabbits with Swords, Tunic vibes, Green Ember. We didn't even have to Google this one. He left the description and everything. But I'm definitely going to need to check out that Kickstarter and see these Tunic vibes for myself.
It's giving big Redwall energy.
Yeah.
If I go to the website, which is a huge compliment.
Yeah.
Huge compliment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's cool. I do want to check that out. And if I remember correctly, Sam, our friend Sam, she commented after Radio Matt and was just like, yes, Green Ember is amazing. So double Rex there, which is awesome. So thank you for your comments. I definitely want to check these out.
Yeah.
Be cool to read maybe eventually with my firstborn.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Let's go. Great recommendation, Matt. Thank you.
For reals. Next up, Tony Albright on Facebook. A bit behind, but Tony is on his 4th or 5th playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I didn't know that game had that level of replayability. I know there's a lot of different character, what do they call it? Character agency or player agency in the game, but 4th or 5th playthrough, that's a huge, in and of itself is a big recommendation for the game, which it's supposed to be an awesome game. It's not my particular style of fantasy game. It's more, I think there's a lot of quote unquote realism, especially in the combat. It's very much its own beast.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking about it, big recommendation to watch, before you buy kind of videos about it to see if it's up your alley.
Sure.
But if it does seem like it's up your alley, I think everybody said it's awesome. And you don't have to play the first one to dive into the second one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that 4th or 5th playthrough, that's awesome.
I mean, I don't know what games I've played 4 or 5 times.
Me either. Maybe
a Halo game, maybe.
Dark Souls 3, maybe. I've played 4 times through, but only one of those has been a New Game Plus, I think. No, Sekiro only once or twice. Or no, only twice at least. But yeah, 4 or 5. I don't think I've done that for any game, which maybe we're just missing out.
Maybe. Yeah, I've never heard of this game actually. And I'm glad you took it because Tony put KCD2 and I'm like, I don't even know what KCD2 is. It sounds like a droid from Star Wars. So
KCD2.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I'm glad you took that one. But yeah, of course, you read it. I Googled it. And yeah, 92% of Google users like this game. So now you know.
Yeah.
Seems legit. I like it.
It's like I said, it's its own kind of beast for like medieval. I mean, it's not fantasy. It's medieval,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
historical fiction kind of deal.
Yeah, I see it. It looks beautiful though. Like some of
Mhm.
the screenshots I'm looking at here, like it looks great. So I'm intrigued. I'll at least look it up some more, watch some stuff on it. So
Yeah.
thanks for the rec, Tony. That's awesome.
This one's right up your alley, Luke.
Which one?
Coming up next in the list.
Oh, Daniel Kobe.
Yep.
We all know and love Daniel. Another previous guest of the podcast is definitely excited for the recently announced SETI board game expansion coming out at Essen this year. SETI is a great board game, little Euro board game where you're exploring space and trying to talk to aliens. And when you do discover the aliens, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, and it's
Oh,
really cool because it like changes the game. So like the first half
yeah.
of the game, you're trying to communicate, trying to discover alien life, and then when you do, like these new boards come out and like changes it a little bit. And sometimes, like I said, they want to attack you, and sometimes they just want to communicate. And so it's randomized every time. Very, very fun game. And yeah, they just came out with this game last year. I think they released it at Essen, and this year they're gonna have an expansion at Essen. So very cool.
Nice.
He's also watching Through the Expanse right now. Pretty good overall. It's not the hotness since it's been done for a few years. That's okay. But it's still worth a mention. Have you watched The Expanse?
I feel like I watched the first couple episodes a while back, but I don't really remember anything about it. Everybody loves it, and so I need to go back to it. I need to get back on it and
Yeah.
give it another shot. And actually, since he brought this up, since he brought up watching The Expanse on the episode where he was our guest, I've been meaning to.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been forgetful because I am
Mm-hmm.
bad at it. But you know what?
Same.
We're just on. I mean, if we're going to be on our laptops or computers, just Googling around stuff, then yeah, I need to look for The Expanse, add it to my Amazon watch list.
Yeah.
And then I will know. I will have it ready. Okay, according to Amazon, I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh, congratulations.
So, I will need to rewatch those first 2 episodes because it's been years.
Yeah. Yeah. I might check it out. Like I said, I'm gonna have plenty of downtime, just rocking a baby. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said he didn't think he was gonna be hyped for this, but Borderlands 4. It does look interesting. It does look good. After watching the gameplay review, he says, or preview, he's pretty excited for it this fall. I've played a Borderlands. I can't remember which one. I don't think it was the first one, but I did play one. I never finished it. And I don't know. Oh, I do know why. I was playing with a friend who's like, "You're gonna love this game." And we were playing co-op, but he probably played it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And he knew the game inside and out. And so we were just like rushing through it. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going on right now. So love playing with him, but I just didn't know what was going on.
Borderlands 2 probably has the best story, but 3
I think that's what we were playing.
Yeah. 3 has a number of quality of life / gameplay improvements that for me, like if you're like just puts it in a good spot. If you're gonna play your first Borderlands game, play Borderlands 2. It still holds up and is really, really good. That being said, Borderlands 3 felt like, at least from a gameplay perspective, a positive evolution off of Borderlands 2, and I played that within the past year and had a blast with it. And not as good a story, like I said, but still totally fine for a Borderlands game. Totally fun. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, Borderlands 4, I think is going to be dope. Very excited for that too.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just go start with one and try it from there. Because it's
Don't
not
start.
out till fall.
Okay. Yeah, you got a lot of time,
Right.
but we got a lot of other stuff to do too.
I know. I'm not going to have time to play or watch any of these things, if I'm being honest. Maybe. We'll update next season. All right.
Jack,
last but not least, take it away, Michael.
Yes, we have Eric Anderson. Hopefully, the new expansion for Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Which I didn't know there was a new expansion. This is like the 4th expansion. Which do you know?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. So
it's a board game.
Mm-hmm.
And this expansion, if I'm looking at the right one, because I had to Google it too. I didn't realize CGE was making another expansion, but it adds a like new 2-player like co-op campaign, which is super cool.
Love that.
Imagine it's who why am I blanking on his name? Indiana Jones. It's Indiana Jones, the board game.
Nice.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you're treasure hunting, adventuring, and yeah. He mentions shipping and craziness and tariffs probably and all of that. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be released here soon.
1 to 4 players too. I need to look that up. I think that'd be a fun one for me and
definitely. Like even so, the first expansion, I would get, if you can get the game in the first expansion, because it definitely improves quality of gameplay. And it's fantastic.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Let's see here. Eric he did pre-order the Lost Ruins. It's dope. Or the new expansion, which is dope. He's gonna see new Superman and new Lost World or Jurassic World and F4. Superman, I know it's got a lot of hype behind it. I'm out of the superhero movie loop, but Luke, I imagine you're planning on seeing the new Superman as well.
I would love to see the new Superman. I'm like, I enjoyed for the most part the Snyderverse. I had my pickiness when it came to certain things. But like this fresh new, like, I won't even say fresh new look on Superman. Like, I feel like it's taking it back to like what Superman was like a symbol of, like the down to the like colorful suit and like the symbol of hope and like less doom and gloom and more, peeking into his secret identity of Clark and his like nerdiness and like seeing that, like, it just looks like an all around like well-rounded Superman film. And then you bring in Crypto for like the first time in live action that I am aware of. I don't know what to expect. I don't know the story. I can't even tell you the villain. Like, I don't even know if they've really shown any of that, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm not a DC fan per se. Like, I enjoy the Marvel stuff more personally, but like this Superman film has me hyped. Not to mention the director, what's his face?
It's like on the tip of my tongue too.
James Gunn. I don't know why I blanked, but like James Gunn can do no wrong in my opinion. He does great work, and so I'm stoked to just see what he's doing with it. So
yeah, the new Jurassic World movie as well. I'm gonna imagine that dinosaurs are safe behind cages, and then they break out, and it's crazy. But I mean, like, they keep making them for a reason. There's all kinds of stuff to go. Like it doesn't get old,
If I remember right, the last one they made, they like escaped into the mainland, and like now I feel like this one is like they're gonna deal. I don't know. I have not kept up with Jurassic World, but I did watch the last one. I'm probably gonna watch this one at some point. So
yeah. And then the new Fantastic Four.
That one. Again, I'll kind of relate it to sorry, I keep interjecting myself here.
No,
I'm going to relate it to the DC universe, where it's just like, okay, I enjoyed it, but like, were they great in my opinion? No, but I had fun while I watched them. Same with the previous Fantastic Four films. They're
Mhm.
like cheesy, and those heroes are hard to do, I feel like, in live action. But
Yeah.
like, from what I've seen of this new Fantastic Four in the MCU, I unfortunately have some high hopes, which means I could possibly be crushed and sad. But it looks really good.
Yeah. Yep. I feel like now is the time for them to finally nail the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Um, I will probably wait for it to come out in like for rent, like in
Yeah.
home rentals. But
Yeah.
I understand the hype
Yeah.
behind it, like the drive for a lot of people to go out and check it out. Like there's there's a good push behind this one.
Yeah.
This could be a
Sure.
really good summer for superheroes.
It could be, man. I feel like it's a good, and this, I think this is a good transition into just our last little bit and kind of
Mm,
talk about what we've been up to and what we're planning to do other than taking some of these recommendations. But like, I'll start
yeah.
with watching. So what I've watched lately, Thunderbolts, watched that in theaters for, it was our first time in the theaters in a hot minute. It was great. I thought it was a very well grounded like MCU movie again, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. You should watch it. So good. Um, Finished watching The Studio. It's an Apple TV Plus show. What's his name?
Seth
Oh,
Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Thank you. He's a studio head and just following the shenanigans that Seth Rogen has, trying to head up a studio and all the hoops they have to jump through to create quality content. It's hilarious. Not for everyone. It's very adult in some cases, so just watch with
Yes.
discretion. I started The Mentalist over, just
Okay.
because I watched most of it when it was like being released. Never finished it, and they always mention it in Psych, and I think it's hilarious. And
Yes.
so, started that over. That's kind of what I'm like slowly watching. Um, and then stuff this summer that's releasing. Well, one, I still haven't seen the new Captain America, so I'm waiting for that to hit Disney Plus.
Mhm.
Fountain of Youth just released on Apple TV Plus. That is John Krasinski's like new, like again, uh Indiana Jones esque like adventure. Like honestly, Siri, stop talking to me. I didn't know. I don't know if you guys heard that on the recording, but it looks like Indiana Jones meets Uncharted, kind of like one of those, but very like Disney. It's like whimsical and
Huh.
it looks really good. It's on Apple TV Plus. I'm probably watching it in the next week or so.
Is it a
Um,
movie or a show?
it's a movie. It's a movie. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I'm pretty sure it's a movie. If it's a show, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed because I'm like wanting a
May
movie like
23rd.
that.
So as of recording, it released yesterday.
It's the 24th today.
Yeah, so it released yesterday as
Oh,
of
third. I thought you
yeah.
said first. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yep. I'm
Uh,
frazzled. It's okay. But yeah, it looks good. You should
Guy
check it out.
Ritchie directed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got a pretty stacked
Okay.
cast too. So check it out. It looks fun. I think it's, like a good, probably family flick. Um, and then yes, Superman, Fantastic Four. Um, There's a new F1 movie coming out on Apple TV Plus as well. I'm waiting. I think that's at the end of the month or soon. I'll be watching that with my brother-in-law because he's a huge F1 fan. But it just looks really good as well. But yeah, the Superman, Fantastic Four, those and like Jurassic World, those are gonna be difficult. I don't know if I'm gonna get to watch them in theaters because I'll have a child. So we'll see when I get to watch those. But I definitely want to watch those. Um, Reading, I have been reading as well. I started reading a book called Soul Care by Rob Reimer. That was recommended to me from Pastor Savage. If you're in our community, you might have seen Pastor Savage around. But it's just talking about taking care of your soul. You know, like we take care of ourselves physically and mentally, but like, what do we do to take care of our soul? And so there's like 7 or 8 reasons or ways to do that. And it's been super helpful for me.
Mm.
Highly recommend if you can. And then I want to start reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't often
Yeah.
read fiction, but Asia's trying to get me to read that. And by read, I mean listen to. So I've got it on my phone on Audible. So that's in the pipeline. I'll probably start it this summer. I think I will. And the
Nice.
last but not least, like super quick playing. What do I plan to play? What am I playing now? Nothing is the short version other than like Pokemon TCG Pocket. I can log in twice a day, open a pack, and
Mhm.
there's several in our community group that play. So we're in a text chat that like anytime we get it, like pull a hit, like we'll share it. Like, look at this full art I just got, or this EX or whatever. So I'm playing that, but I intend to play a bunch of Switch stuff. That's why I was asking, like, is it on Switch? Is it on Switch? I'll probably be playing Stardew Valley while I'm holding my daughter, and
Oh,
maybe some. We mentioned turn-based strategy, taking it back to some Advance Wars or
yeah.
the new. There is a new Wargroove 2 that I haven't played, so maybe some of those. I feel like turn-based stuff will be good because I can set it
Mhm.
down. Unlike
Yeah.
if I set down Stardew real quick and forget to pause it, then my guy gets tired and I get hurt. If you
Yep.
know, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, that's me real quick. Lightning
Cool.
fast.
Me, lightning fast. Reading, I'm gonna make it a goal of mine to read one of the two very thin and small books that I have to read. One of them I started reading a while back, but could get, just circle back to, called Overcoming Walls to Witnessing. I mentioned it in like our first ever episode of LTN Pulse. And I have not progressed on it since then. So either I need to finish that, or I've got another book that's going to be a quick read called Plastic Donuts: Giving That Delights the Heart of the Father. And it's written by Jeff Anderson. It's just supposed to be a book that kind of unconventionally looks at like how we give as Christians. And so I'm kind of curious as to what it says. It was given to me by a church that Rachel and I attended here in Charlotte for a while. Um, and I'm kind of curious about it. I've got my own kind of thoughts about like giving and tithing and that sort of thing. Nothing like out there kind of wild or anything like that, but I think we all kind of have in our heads what tithing means and what it's supposed to mean, and this I think could be a good sort of like expansion of that. Hopefully, very biblically founded, all that kind of thing, and yeah, I neither of these books would take me long to read. I just have to like make the decision to do it,
Yeah, do it.
Watching. Yes. Uh my wife and I have been absolutely blasting through Psych. We are
Let's
almost done with
go.
season 6 right now. Loving it. It's such a good show. If you haven't watched Psych, it's on Amazon where you can that's where you can stream it now. It's great. It's fantastic. It's so good. Watch it.
Some of the best
Um
television.
Yes. Oh, yes. Also on Amazon, and surprisingly not on Crunchyroll, is the new Gundam series. It's spelled very, very strange, but it's pronounced Gundam Quux. It's Q, then like 6 U's, and then X.
I thought you
Um,
were just excited when you like typed that out,
that's
but
literally how it is spelled.
of
It's
course it
so
is.
weird,
Of course
right?
it is.
Right?
Yeah.
What I love about it is just super short is if anybody listening is a big like Gundam fan, it is a revisionist or alternate history or like alternate take on the main Gundam timeline, Universal Century, or I think it's Universal Century. So like
Mhm.
that's the old school one, Gundam 0079, whatever Earth Federation versus the Zeons. Except in this one, the Zeons won the war. And what kind of that looks like in that's sort of the setting in this this timeline of it. very cool. Animation is awesome. The soundtrack is banging. Big recommendation on that. A lot of fun. And weirdly enough, it's on Amazon and not Crunchyroll. And like Luke, I'm watching the studio. It's a great show. It's a blast. All right, playing Doom Dark Ages. I've been saving it to talk about that. I will play it for this episode, this recording. So I've got it downloaded. Haven't started it, but I'm gonna.
Nice.
I've been dipping my toes into Palia 3D Stardew Valley. It's free to play. They make all their money from cosmetics, and it is priced. They are priced as such. Any cosmetics or like outfits, whatever, are expensive, but that's like there's no microtransactions for speeding up harvests or whatever.
That's good.
So it's fun. Free to play, doesn't take a strong system to run it. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna jump over this one real quick. Elden Ring Night Rain, that's coming out in like a week, and me and some friends at my work are big FromSoft fans, and so we're already stoked for that to drop and to get weird and wild in Limfeld, I believe is the location of it, and just have super turbo fast Elden Ring, like Elden Ring meets Fortnite kind of like closing ring, because it's all PvE, but you have like the closing ring of like the storm essentially. So I'm really fascinated by it. I'm very stoked.
Nice.
Last up, I have to talk about it. Claire Obscure
Expedition
33. Y'all, it's game of the year. The story is so good. It's so good. The voice actors, I'm talking Charlie Cox. You might know him as Daredevil. I'm talking Andy Serkis.
Yeah, I've heard it's stacked.
The woman who voiced Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3. I'm talking the guy who did the voice of Clive Rossfield from Final Fantasy 16. It's top notch. The music is unbelievably good. They found the guy who did the music. They found him on SoundCloud. Like, they're like, hey, we like your music. You want to write for our game? He was like, yeah, sure. All the vocals, all the female vocals, which is like predominant in a lot of music, done by one woman. The team who made it is like 30 people. It's crazy. Gosh, what was it? The writer for it was originally auditioned to be one of the voice actors for the game. She didn't get the part as a voice actress, but they found out that she wrote some material for them as like a tryout or whatever, and they hired her for the writer, and the story is amazing. There's the artwork is beautiful. It's so good.
Yeah.
Y'all, oh my gosh. Okay. Do everything you can if you want to play it to avoid spoilers, because there are twists and turns. And they are worth stumbling upon and having your mind blown. Wow.
All right, maybe I shall. That was a good pitch. That was good.
And it's not too long. If you like main story, minimal side quest, you're looking about 40 to 45 hours. For this kind of RPG, it's not bad.
Okay.
And I probably could have streamlined some things maybe, but if you're probably 40 hours. Average 40 hours if you're doing mostly like story, a little bit of side things.
All right. That's not bad.
It goes by faster than you think because they break it up into 3 acts. So it moves. You don't feel like you're just kind of waiting around.
We'll try it. It looks good.
So
From what I've seen, it looks good. I'm glad you like it. I knew you would, but like when you mentioned it, I was just like, yeah, that's legit. So it's on my list. It's on my list.
Listeners, it should be on your list too.
It should. I think
even if you buy it, it's like $50. It's less than the price of most games out there.
Switch 2 games, yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah. It's on Game Pass, but even if you buy it outright, which is worth it,
you should.
Less expensive. So
support your indie devs.
Yeah. All
right. That's gonna do it for this episode. We went a little over time. But but it was worth it. Hopefully you listened to the whole thing.
Yes.
And I just want to thank you guys for joining us, not only on this episode, but this whole season. Just while we explore what is happening in nerd culture, as well as what we are reading, watching, playing, and experiencing in nerd culture. This was a unique episode where we got to chat with, can I say that? Or just hear from our community as a whole. And I want to invite the rest of you to join us in that conversation as well, finding us on lovethynerd.com/Discord or joining our Facebook community, just searching Love Thy Nerd community on Facebook, or even just like leaving a comment on this YouTube video. If you're watching on YouTube, just let us know what you're up to, what we should be reading, watching, or playing. Would love to have you join us in some way, shape, or form on the socials. Also, check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. If you are watching this on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple, and more. So check us out there. If you're listening to us, vice versa here, check us out on YouTube where you can see our beautiful faces. And sometimes we show off things that are cool, like these Dungeons and Dragons stamps that I have.
Are those from? Oh, I want those so bad. I've seen them.
Go to your local post office and see if they still have them. If not, they're on their website. You can order them online. So $14 for 20 stamps. They're gorgeous, and I'm currently using them as stamps. Anyway, another tangent. We started with a tangent and we're ending with a tangent. Way to go.
Yes.
Also, check us out on the Glue Network. We haven't really talked about this much, but we are on the Glue Network. Glue, GLU, is found on any Roku device and the Roku app. So if you have a Roku TV, smart TV, which you most likely do, go to the Roku or the Glue app and search Love Thy Nerd. Follow us there. All of the Love Thy Nerd podcasts are on playlists. We also have a lot of video content on there. Great thing to just throw on the TV, have in the background. Like, I love throwing on stuff on my TV in the background just to distract me while I'm washing dishes or cleaning or working. So, like I said, Glue, GLU Network, found on any Roku device and the Roku app. And last but not least, if you want to partner with us in any way, shape, or form, just go to our website, lovethynerd.com/partner. Would love to have you as a financial partner, or just reach out to any of us and ask how you can kind of volunteer. We do mission trips. We have high-level volunteers that do different things in our community. So check that out. Guys, again, thank you for just being fans and listening to us ramble about what's going on in nerd culture all season long. I have been your host, Luke.
And I have been your other host, Michael.
We love you guys, and we will see you next season. Come back whenever that is. I'm sure we'll announce dates, but
August,
I'm going to have
September,
a kid.
Somewhere in that range.
Yes. Hope to see you then. Okay, bye.
Bye.